Hey guys, so I've dumped out all my trash and I'm ready to do my March empties. This is the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. This is probably the lightest weight Cetaphil product or moisturizer that I have tried. So I think if you're not on the super dry skin side and you're just looking for a nice, somewhat heavy moisturizer, this is a good option. I did use this a little bit on my face, but it was a little too heavy and it did kind of clog my pores. Not too terribly bad, but a little bit. So I discontinued it on my face and just finished it off on my body, where it was a perfect moisturizer and it was great at getting rid of any dryness. Alright, fashion. I just picked these up at Marshall's, or no, TJ Maxx. I love any kind of cucumber eye patch pads. As you can see, these are like $4. When you try to buy these from like a regular store, like a regular beauty store, they're always so expensive. So anyways, every time I see these at Marshall's, I usually pick up a box because I love these. They're so great if you tend to get puffy in your face at all, under your eyes. These are great and they're very soothing and they reduce the puffiness. So I love these. This is the last in a package of sheet masks that I used. Not my favorite. I wouldn't probably purchase this again. It felt a little bit like suffocating. I don't know. I think the moisturizer in it was so heavy, and then when you have the sheet mask on your face, it just felt a little bit suffocating to me. Not something I would pick up again. Let's see, Origins. This was the Maskimizer. Oh Lord, that I don't know. I stopped short of calling it a gimmicky product. I mean, it was a facial spray. I don't think it really had anything particular that would make it better for masking or not masking. You know, just like some of the other facial sprays that I use, you know, it has usefulness to it. It's just, I don't really understand the whole masking element. See, sometimes I hold on to the packaging because I like to have the ingredients available. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Serum Concealer. This one is in light. I don't know. This must be the new packaging that I have. So this one is actually in medium. I really enjoy this concealer. It is very brightening. It's water-based. It does not have any silicone in it. It does not have any oils in it. I really, really like it. It does have good coverage, and I actually use this underneath my foundation that I talk about all the time, the Bare Minerals Serum Foundation, just because that foundation doesn't have a lot of coverage. So if I put a little dab of this on underneath it, it helps with the coverage tremendously. This one's kind of dried out, so you can't really get a good idea, but yeah, I can't really get any product, but a little bit of this goes like such a long way when it's not dried out like that. When it's not used up like that. So anyways, I really like this concealer. I will continue to repurchase it. I already have. This was medium, and I guess this new one was light. This I finished up in a project. This is the Lush The Comforter Shower Cream. I did not like this. I won't purchase it again. Let's see. It wasn't terrible, but it had a nice scent to it. It smelled good, but there was nothing special about it. I appreciate that all Lush cosmetics are handmade, and I appreciate their stance on the environment and animal testing. I really do like supporting Lush. I just didn't like this particular body product. I just didn't feel like it was worth the price. Like, the scent didn't linger. It wasn't overly like moisturizing or exciting to use, and yeah, I won't repurchase this scent again, but I will repurchase other Lush body washes. Crest 3D White, the Gentle Routine. I always have Crest White strips on hand. They are very useful. They do work for me. So I enjoy having them. I tend to get the gentle ones because my teeth can be a little bit sensitive, so I just have to use them more frequently, but they do work for me. The only issue that I have with white strips is that they're hard to get. They don't really get the crevices of your teeth, if that makes sense, like the sides. So if you drink coffee or anything like that where the sides of your teeth get stained, these are really hard to get in there and get that off. Yeah, so anyways, I do like these. They are nice for touch-ups. Elizabeth James Nirvana Bourbon. I enjoyed this. Let me tell you what I said about it. It was vanilla, smoky, and leather. It smelled like maybe it had a little bit of rose water in it. I liked that it had these sort of heavy notes to it, but it still had a lightness, and I really enjoyed it. I've really liked all of the Elizabeth and James scents. They work really well on me and my body chemistry, all of the ones that I have tried. I've found that with perfumes. A lot of times if I find one perfume in a brand and it works really well with my body chemistry, it seems like a lot of different perfumes in that same brand will work for me. So I did really like this. I would like to have like a mini coffer set, you know, where I could get like a decent size of the bourbon and the black and the white all together for an affordable price. They are quite expensive, so I do like these. Possible repurchase, but not right now. Boom shakalaka. We have Herbal Essences. Herbal Essences Honey I'm Strong Strengthening Shampoo. I'm still working on the conditioner. I'm using it as a shave cream at the moment. Finished off the shampoo. I actually kind of like this. I do not use sulfates, silicones on my hair on a regular basis. So I'm kind of going through all my old products that I have that do contain silicones and sulfates, and I'm trying to use them up. So I use this like every other week, maybe, or every 3 weeks. I do like this. It's not something I plan on repurchasing. But this is, I don't know, there's something about it. I don't know if it's the scent or it's just the way it made my hair feel when it was done. I did really, really enjoy this, and it was inexpensive. So it's not a definite I would never repurchase again, but most likely no. Here we have Chlorine Dry Shampoo. This is my favorite dry shampoo so far. It is somewhat expensive. It does last me okay because I don't need a ton of it because it is really good, but yeah, it is kind of expensive. I am still looking at other options, but this is just my favorite. It doesn't weigh my hair. It gets the oiliness out of my hair, and it makes my hair look clean, but it doesn't leave any sort of like major nasty residue. It doesn't make my hair feel like super tacky or weird, or it doesn't make it look really flat. I don't know, it's just kind of a really good standard dry shampoo, but I have a bunch more to try and I'm gonna keep trying. This is the Equate Beauty Natural or Nail Polish Removers 100% acetone. I paint my nails once a week. I use 100% acetone every time. And I don't have any issues with that. I guess if you paint your nails more often, acetone might be a little too harsh, but for me, at once a week, it's just fine. This is Macadamia Deep Repair Mask. This is also another like silicone, I think it has silicones in it. Yes, this does have silicones in it, so this is another product that I use very sparingly, and I'm just trying to get through them and kind of use them up. I do like this mask though, and out of all the ones that I've tried, like deep conditioning masks, I feel like this is one of the better ones that has silicones in it. I feel like when I use this one, it feels as though it's actually treating my hair a little bit, as opposed to where some of the others just kind of feel like they're weighing my hair down and kind of coating my hair with this kind of heavy nastiness. This one, my hair feels better for a while afterwards, like even after I wash it. I do use this before I wash my hair, so I'll put it in my hair like maybe an hour or two before I'm gonna wash my hair, and then I wash it out and use my regular shampoo. and wash it out, just because my hair is kind of fine and anything, and it's really easy to kind of weigh it down. So that's the way that I use this, but it still works for me and I love it. Ooh, I like this product. Boscia Detoxifying Black Cleanser. This took me forever to use, but I really like it. I just use it once a week, maybe twice a week, but it's just, I like the cleanser. It has the warming effect to it, which I don't feel like does anything extra special. It does contain salicylic acid, and I have to be careful with salicylic acid. I can't use too much of it because it will irritate my skin a little bit, but I can use it very sparingly, and it does seem to help when I use it very sparingly. So I like to have this just to use, like I said, once a week or so. I enjoy having that. Let's see, mascara. Blink Tubing Mascara. Okay, I was actually pleasantly surprised with this mascara. I have used the Blink system before that had 2 steps to it, and it was awful. I couldn't tolerate the tubes on my lashes. I would pick them off like immediately because they felt heavy and weird, and I just didn't enjoy that feeling. However, this one didn't do that, and this one had a pretty decent look to it. I think I took a picture. If I did, I'll insert it. But I liked this, but it wasn't any better than anything that I already have. Lush. This is the Igloo soap. Obviously the Igloo soap is not in there. I have like a couple uses left of the Igloo soap, but I'm almost done. Not a favorite. It's like a lemon and rose, but it's more lemon to me than rose. Not a favorite, but I got it in one of the gift boxes for Christmas, and I will use it up. I actually have another one of these. Anastasia. This is the brow gel. I love the Anastasia brow gel. It is a little bit expensive, but it lasts for so long that I don't mind purchasing it. Right now, I've been using the Essence brow gel, and I will say that it is the closest dupe that I have tried for this product, and it is a heck of a lot cheaper. However, there's one little quirk about the Essence brow gel that kind of bothers me, and that is when it tends to get too much product on the wand, so you kind of have to like wipe the excess product off, because if you put it straight on your brows, you'll tend to get too much product, and that's kind of a pain because it kind of makes your brows do funkiness. However, if I remember to do that and make sure I don't get too much product on my brows, it's a very, very good brow gel, where this one is $20. I think that one is $3. I don't know what I'll end up repurchasing or not, but I do love this, and I do pick it up anytime I see it like half off or whatever. Ooh, this I love. This was the Yulog Roulade, and it was totally not what I was expecting. I don't know that I read the description for it, or maybe I got it in a box. I don't remember, but I got it out and I was like, oh, I don't even know what this is. But it was a solid shower smoothie from Lush, and I freaking loved it. It smelled so good. The closest thing that I can kind of like, that it kind of put me in the mind of, was the Marshmallow Fireside from Bath & Body Works, and I'm one of the few people, I actually don't like that scent. Something about it really irritates me, and it seems like cloying and suffocating to me. So it's not a favorite scent, but you know how it smells kind of smoky, and it captures that smokiness? This did that, and I was really impressed, and I loved it. It smelled so good, and it just, I don't know. I really enjoyed that. This was more of like a vanilla-y, plus that little bit of smokiness, and it was just really nice. So I did really enjoy that. It was very moisturizing because it was a shower smoothie. Yeah, really liked that. SK-II sheet mask. I actually got this from Influenster, and I had been hoarding it because I love the SK-II products, and they're so expensive. I didn't know if I would like love this one or not, but it turns out yes. I totally am infatuated with this, and let me tell you what I do. These are really expensive per mask. I cannot remember at this point. I can't remember right off what they cost, but they're expensive for a one-time use product. And I was just like, I don't know, it can't be that good. But what I did, I used the sheet mask, and then I took all of the juice, all of the like extra serum that was left in the container, and I put it into its own little pot. And I have been using that little pot of the extra serum in this product for 3 weeks now, and there's still a little bit left. So my future plan is I actually am going to buy enough to do these once a month because my skin looked so good afterwards. I'm going to buy enough to do these like once a month and then just depot the extra serum and use that instead of repurchasing the essence treatment. I'm going to give that a try for right now. And see if that works. But yes, these are very expensive, but it does such a good thing to my skin. I just can't explain it. My skin, it just really balances out my skin. It really helps lighten up some of the hyperpigmentation issues that I have. I'm one of those people, if I get like the tiniest little bump, it leaves the scar for 3 or 4 months. So this really helps keep my face from looking all scarred up and all the dark spots and stuff. Anyways, I love it. I am planning on repurchasing. Let's see, Lush Charity Pot. This was just a little too heavy for me. I don't know where I am pregnant right now, and so I really enjoyed kind of rubbing that on my belly. And if you know, stretch marks hurt. Yeah, my stomach is tight and it hurts, and I am getting stretch marks, and that sucks, but we're trying not to dwell on that. Anyways, I really do find that to be very, very soothing, but as a body moisturizer, the first time I tried to use it all over my body, like I literally felt like I was suffocating. Way, way, way too heavy. I don't know that I would repurchase it again for anything other than a pregnant belly. Anyways. Rose Argan, on the other hand, is a product that I love. I like this product. I like to use it in the shower. It's a very lightweight moisturizer. That is all that I need. I'm not super dry skinned, so it works perfect for me as just the shower moisturizer, how it's meant to be used. You can, however, use this outside of the shower if you have really, really dry skin. It just gets really heavy and kind of oily, and you have to give it a second to sink in if you want to use it that way. But I love it. I will continue to repurchase it. Plus, that is like my favorite scent from Lush. I just can't get enough of it. It's Rose Argan, Bubble, what's the, Rose Jam, and the Rose Bubble Rune, I think is what it calls. Rose Jam Bubble Rune. I don't know. Wonderful, wonderful scent. Absolutely love it. The Origins Clear Improvement Mask. I've used this before. I've used up a full size. I like this mask. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's not something I like seek out to repurchase, but I think it works well enough to kind of help keep my pores from being clogged. Let's see. Maybelline Lash Sensational in the pink tube. I finally got the freaking pink tube. I kept buying the wrong color tube. But anyway, so I finally got this. I do like it. It's not, though, I don't know. I got kind of tired of using it just because I felt like it clumped up kind of quickly. I don't know. Let's see what you can see. Like, I just felt, I don't know. Like, I just felt like I got kind of goopy pretty quickly. And at the end of the day, I really just missed my MAC Opulash. But I do like this mascara, and if I were ever in a pinch and had to buy something that I could like get my hands on right then, and you know, it's more accessible to me, I guess, I would pick that up again. I would pick that up again. I do like that one. I also like the one in the black tube. I think they're both good mascaras, but it's not enough to make me want to switch from my MAC Opulash. This was a biggie. I finished this up in a project. This was an eyeshadow. Bare Minerals Vanilla Sugar Eyeshadow. Jeez. I didn't use it up as an eyeshadow. I used it up as a face corrector. It is very good for that. If you tend to look ashy or need a little bit of extra face correction, color correction on your face, I like this, and I think it was good for that. However, I'm not needing that right now. My current foundation routine doesn't call for any color correction, and I'm good. So happy to have used that up. Let's see, this is a good one. Naked Basics palette. Yay! I used this up. This was in my Pan That palette for last year, so the majority of this palette had already been used up, but I wanted to point out that I used up Venus. Let's see, so it's the end of March, and I held on to this back in January because I had just started really using Venus as a face highlighter, and I'll put a before picture in there. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be, I'm gonna get through this really quickly because it was moving so fast and it had like worn down. Even in the picture you can't really tell because there was like, the pan was worn down so much and it was like very, very shallow. It lasted 3 more months. So I'm ready for that to go. Bath & Body Works Fresh Sparkling Snow. I love this scent and I can't wait till next year. I hope they bring it back. I want to purchase this scent again. I want the body spray, I think. Bath & Body Works does not have my favorite formula of lotion or body wash. I don't really care for it too much, but I do really enjoy using their body sprays. Yes, I like that scent. I want to pick it up again. Escada Cherry in the Air. I liked this perfume. It was an eau de toilette, so it went very quickly and it didn't last like super long time. I do like the scent though. It was nice, fresh and springy. It's tart but sweet. I enjoyed it. I doubt I'll pick it up again. Maybe if I found it in like a little tiny bottle, like maybe a 1 ounce or something. Did like it though. Yay. Burt's Bees Honey Lip Balm. Love this. I like this one in the original. They sit well underneath lipsticks. Ooh. Elizabeth and James Nirvana White. I purchased this because I really liked these scents. They smell so good on me. I've already talked about one earlier. I don't like that they come in roller balls. It got kind of nasty looking in there, to be really honest, and it did so quite quickly. And I've just really been turned off towards roller balls. But I did look up how to depot these, I guess, and it's so easy. Like, I didn't want to pour this particular fragrance into one of my little sprayers, but I will because it had already looked kind of gross, you know what I mean? So anyways, I will do that in the future if I end up with any more roller balls. Let's see. This was a Bare Minerals blush. This is always exciting. A blush. Pink Diamond. I love this blush. The color of it was so good. I used it up in my Sweet On Project panning project. Yeah, the color was perfect. It wasn't super, super pigmented, so I was able to use it up pretty quickly. And I love these loose blushes. They don't travel well, so yeah, but I think that they always look good on my skin, and they always sit nicely on my skin. So yeah, I don't know. I think that if I were to purchase blushes from Bare Minerals, I would try to find them in these little containers because I dump them out on a plate anyways to apply them. So yeah, they last a long time in the big containers. Let's see, Stella McCartney Pop. What did I say about that? I said it was multifaceted. It developed throughout wear. It did wear off quickly, but it smelled nice. It wasn't a favorite or a repurchase. It has this note to it that I can't identify yet. I don't know if it's tuberose or violet, but it smells kind of oily to me. It's a very common note in perfumes, and I really wish I knew what it was because it is so common. I would like to know. This was Butter Bear bath bomb, I think. I liked it okay. It didn't have any color or anything didn't add any color or anything to the bath, but it did make the water very soft and moisturizing. So I liked it okay. I would maybe pick it up again. Kate Somerville Exfoliate. I like this product. I prefer Origins Modern Friction just because it is a little more gentle. I can't really use the aluminum. I think it's aluminum. It's like aluminum the exfoliant, the manual exfoliant part of this, I can't really use that on my face, so I just have to kind of pat this on and let the chemical part of this product do its thing and then just very gently rinse it off. So I like the Modern Frictions better because I can use the exfoliant in that product as well as the chemical part, but they are a very similar product just with a different exfoliant. Glam Glow Flash Mud Brightening Treatment. I actually have the exact same problem with this one that I did the Exfoliate. It has those aluminum, I don't know that these are all aluminum, but it has those that mimic that feeling, that more harsh exfoliating, and I just can't use it. It destroys my face and causes me to break out. So I have to be very careful with that. Wouldn't pick this up again. And I also, this is one you're supposed to use for like several days in a row, and I did. I got 3.5 uses out of this, and I didn't notice it doing anything that it said it was going to do, like the brightening or the diminishing of hyperpigmentation. I didn't really notice any of that with this, so this was just kind of a fail product for me all around. Not something I would pick up again. Ooh, Lancome lotion on gel. This actually caused me to break out, so I used it once and the next morning I had clogged pores, so not for me. Prada Candy. This actually smelled different to me. I usually don't like this perfume a lot, but it smelled different to me now. I don't know if it's maybe because I am pregnant, but it has been smelling different. Okay, Smith's Rosebud Salve. I really like this product. I hesitated to buy it in the tube because I'd always used the pot, and I really, really love the pot. But I think it is just as good in the tube, and I like the tube better because I don't have to stick my finger in it. So yes, I will be starting to buy the tube of this, and I do really love this product. Ulla Henriksen Sheer Transformation. I only use that on my chest just because it has ingredients in it that don't typically agree with my face. The Truth Serum Collagen Booster. This does break me out as well. It causes me to have clogged pores, unfortunately, because I do think it is effective. But yeah, so that clogs my pores. Marc Jacobs Divine Decadence. This actually spurred a declutter. I loved the way this smelled. And then I used it and I absolutely loved it, but unfortunately for me, this is way too sweet, and it took me a minute to figure it out, but it has a lot of amber in it, I think, and amber makes me sick. I don't know, it's something about amber. I love the way it smells, but it kind of makes me sick to my stomach and can trigger a migraine. And I didn't actually, honestly, I didn't even look it up. I think it has amber in it, but I went ahead and decluttered the rest of these that I have because although I loved the way it smelled, I was sick to my stomach, and that's not my favorite thing. YSL Montpellier. I want more samples of this. It was grown-up cotton candy to me. I love it. I want to smell more. I do plan on picking up some other samples because this is something that I might repurchase. Bliss hand cream, not something I would repurchase. It just took too long to sink in. It took like 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes to sink in. But that's a long time to just sit there with your hands up in the air, you know what I mean? So, I have better hand lotions. Right now I'm loving the Body Shop Strawberry hand lotion. Love it. So, I would rather own that than this. And Origins Drink Up Intensive, something I just used on my chest because like I said, something that has ingredients in it that break me out. Maskimizer, we already talked about that. NYX Brow Pencil, like these, will continue to repurchase them. This one is in taupe, I think. I go back and forth between taupe and the chocolate maybe, or the brown, I can't remember what it's called. But I can use both of those. They both work well for me. Like this product. Yeah. Alright, so that was my empties for March, and this was a really long video, and March isn't even completely over, but I could tell that my empties were getting out of control, and I was trying to avoid the super longest video ever. Don't think I succeeded. However, I've been really on it lately, trying to use up as much stuff as I possibly can just to get it out of the way. So I am succeeding in that. Alright, so I will see you guys again soon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye.